a proud sponsor of Rockwall County Game Day. Shop the Rock and score game-changing savings on our all-American lineup of new Fords. Shop our entire inventory online at rockwallford.com or build your truck your way at preordermyf150.com.
Hello, and welcome to a little show we do here on Wednesday nights at Rockwall Ford. I'm Chris Pena. This is Rockwall County Game Day, and we have a good show tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in. I see people tuning in. Always, if you have trouble hearing us or some kind of technical difficulty, leave a comment in the feed there. I try to monitor it as best as possible, and I'll fix those issues. Sometimes I fall short on some of this electronic stuff and things like that, so I'll do my best. We got a good show tonight. As you can see, we have a helmet up here, the Lions, Providence Academy here in Rockwall. The Lions are in how we have Coach Love, Elliot, and Austin, and James, and we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on. I know they're excited about some football. We have a helmet now, so we are complete. We now have all the helmets. I will say, some of them are getting a little rough down there, Roy City, Rockwall, Heath. If we've got some updated helmets, we'd always love them. But the Lions are in the house, so we're going to catch up with them at 5:15. 5:15, they will be our first guest tonight. And then around 5:40, maybe 5:35-ish, I don't know. I have a recorded interview that I did with Coach Brooks, the head coach at Rockwall. I did that with him a couple of weeks ago, and so I will play that interview tonight. We covered a lot of good things in that interview with Coach Brooks over at Rockwall. A lot about the running backs. With Landon Locke, the quarterback, and then as well as some fun stuff. We talked about the NCAA video game that's out, and we wanted to know what Coach Brooks would rate himself in that video game as he was a player at Texas A&M. So he had a funny response to that. Lots going on with Coach Brooks and the Yellow Jackets, and so we'll play that interview live around 5:40 is when we will play that interview. Following that, Heritage Christian Academy, the Eagles, Coach Mack, and he's going to bring a few players in, and we will catch up with the Eagles as they, I want to say they've already started. They may have had a game, or they're about to have a game this week. Next week, okay, next week. So I'm getting. I don't know if I can trust the Lions to give me accurate details on Eagles stuff, but we're going to catch up with Heritage Christian Academy and the Eagles and find out what's going on with their football season as well as other sports. We'll talk with Coach Mack, who's in tune with volleyball and everything that's going on at Heritage Christian Academy right now. And then we will end our night around 6:40, maybe a little earlier if they get here a little bit earlier. Roy City, Coach Colvin, the new head football coach at Roy City, comes in, and he's going to join us tonight, and he's bringing a couple of captains in, so we appreciate that. We know they get out of practice around 5:35, 5:40, so we appreciate them, rushing over here to get on the show. I know it's hectic. We're doing our best to get everyone on the show. Next week, we'll focus on Heath and Dallas Christian, and we'll give them some love up here next week. And then we're going to be kicking off. I mean, football's going to start. I think on my schedule, I think I'm scheduled to be at the Heath game Thursday next week, the home game. I believe I was told that's senior night, so I did not know that. So apparently that'll be a big night for the Hawks, and we'll be in the house on Thursday, and then I believe Friday Dallas Christian. They have they'll be at home. We'll be at that game as well. So lots of football going on, and I got to mix in my son's middle school game next week. So a busy time. Honestly, as busy it is, and as much as I've been looking forward to football, it's been hot. I'm just going to say it. I've been meaning to get out to practices. Like, that's the best time to really see the players in a different environment, and get my face out there and let them comfortable with me being around, and with the camera and trying to do interviews and things like that. But man, 105 degrees. I don't know how these coaches and kids are doing it. Hats off to them. Hopefully there's some indoor space that they're finding. We'll talk with the Lions to see how their practices are going in this heat and what they're doing to to stay cool and stay hydrated. That's important. But yeah, so I have not, because of that, I have not been able well, I've been able, but I've been not willing to withstand the heat out there. So I don't know. But soon enough, I went outside this morning. I felt the cool weather. It felt really nice. So it's coming. The cool weather's coming, and that means lots of practices for me because this heat. I don't know. It's something else. That and it's a different year. I'll admit it's a different year because I've got a son in 8th grade who's at a new school who decided he's a soccer player. He plays he plays a lot year round with his club, but he went for football this year, and that's kind of changed things for me a little bit. I kind of want to be there when he gets home from practice, and I want to talk to him, and I want to know about it, and I'm really interested and really excited for him to experience football in Texas and find out what it's all about. And we got a daughter that's starting 3rd grade, and she moved new schools because we moved. We're still in the Rockwall School District, but so it's been a crazy time. And then all the stuff that we're trying to do for Dallas Christian, this year, we've been working closely with them to bring sort of what we're doing here through DC Live is what we calling it. So if you're a football fan and you or really a sports fan and you want to see what's going on with Dallas Christian and stuff like that, we're doing our best to get some information and get them some exposure out there as we start this school year. So definitely busy. Lots of things going on. I have yet to, and I apologize, Coach Webb. We did have the Heath Booster Club here last week, and we talked with them quite a bit. But I still have yet to, besides seeing Coach Webb, well, I don't see him much anymore, but he's probably a little busy. But at Rockwall Golf and Athletic Club, and chatting with him there. But I owe him a call and that team visit so that I can get them on the show for next week, or at the very least to get an interview recorded done so that we can play it just like we're doing with Rockwall tonight. So I apologize if we haven't been in practices, but to be quite honest, I'm not playing any favoritisms here. I've not been to any practices. And so that's something that we will get on next week. I promise. I want to give it out a shout out to my guy Jet Williams. Of course, Jet was drafted number 14 overall by the Mets in 2022, 2 years ago, and of course he had minor league player of the year in the Mets organization. He's fast-tracked, it's scheduled to be in the majors in 2025, but he had an injury this year. He had a little wrist injury, and he had surgery on it. He came back today, first game back, and his first at bat, I think first pitch, he gets a hit. That's after being in the field first inning. He makes a diving stop. He didn't have a chance to throw the guy out, but it was a great stop. But he gets the hit, gets a stolen base. We've put the hit all over our social media pages, and then he made an outstanding defensive play where the ball was well to his right, and he makes just shows some range and shows his arm to get a guy out. So wanted to give a shout out to Jet Williams, the former Heath Hawk, now plays in the Mets organization, who I know how much he's been missing baseball. I try to stay out of his way and don't send him too many messages, but the times that I have communicated with him over the past few months, his spirit's been high, and I know he's just been hungry to get out there, and it showed today. He had some energy today, and you could tell that he missed some baseball for sure. So if you missed the lineup one more time, the Lions are here. We're going to talk with them in just a few minutes. They'll be up at 5:15. Interested to talk with Coach Love and a couple of their players, and then after we finish with them around 5:35, 5:40, somewhere in there, we will run our interview that we did with Coach Brooks, and it's about 20 or so minutes long, and we will find out how the summer was going and preparation for this year, and we talk a little bit about the schedule and things like that. So Rockwall football around 5:35, 5:40, then 6:15, Heritage Christian Academy, the Eagles football. Coach Mack will be in here with some players. And then we'll finish our night with first-year head coach, Coach Colvin, Roy City Bulldogs. He'll be in there. He's bringing a couple of captains. Of course, Coach Colvin comes over from Rockwall, the OC at Rockwall, and he's now over at Roy City. Shout out to Roy City on the lights, what they're doing at their stadium, their facilities. I saw a post today, I think, on Facebook, and I shared it. Maybe it's on Twitter. But it looked amazing, and we cannot wait to go out there and watch a game and be part of the Bulldogs night this year. So, Chris Pena, we are live here at Rockwall Ford. We can't thank Rockwall Ford enough for their sponsorship. They've been with us for 4 years now, and it's going strong. Tons of trucks out here, tons of vehicles. You can come shop, and I don't just throw the message out there. I actually bought a vehicle today. I bought a new truck today. My second one that I bought here from Rockwall Ford. So I love the customer service they have here. One of the things more important though, and a lot of the sponsors we have, they're involved in the community. They're involved with the kids. They give back to the kids. They give back to the community big time. Not many do it bigger than Rockwall Ford and Jeff Hicks and what they're doing all over this community. If you go to any Rockwall ISD event, even seen it at Roy City, different places, Rockwall Ford is there, and that they're not just there. Their money's there too. They're giving back big time, and so that's a big reason why it's important to me to make Rockwall Ford the place that I shop and my family shops, and so we can't thank Jeff Hicks enough. A lot of other sponsors to thank along the way tonight, and we will give them their due. But RockwallFord.com, shop the rock, Rockwall Ford. We thank you so much. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Providence Academy here in Rockwall. Let's talk some football. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Rockwall Ford is a proud sponsor of Rockwall County Game Day. Shop the rock and score game-changing savings on our all-American lineup of new Fords. Shop our entire inventory online at rockwallford.com or build your truck your way at preordermyf150.com.
All right, we are back, and we are live here at Rockwall Ford. This This segment brought to you by Vice Henley and Dilbeck, attorneys and counselors at law. They've been with us a couple of years. We can't thank Vice Henley and Dilbeck enough for their support. Located in Royce City, if you have an injury, auto accident, please give them a call. They're just big supporters of what we do, and what we do is try to give back to the community and highlight kids and highlight programs. So, I saw a post one time as we're Mr. James Valle and Elliot Austin and Coach Love introduced and talked to them just a moment. But I saw a post and it said, look around at the signs when you go to these fields out there. And it said, those are the businesses supporting your kids. And I think it's just so important that the sponsors are a big part of what we do, because obviously we need money to get them helmets, to get the little things that you don't think about, and so we can't thank our sponsors enough. Gentlemen, thank you for joining me. I'm excited about it. I'm eager to hear what you guys got cooking. I'm going to start with Coach Love, if that's all right. I'm going to start with Coach Love and talk a little bit football. First, Coach, tell me where you come from. Is this your first year here? Or
Yeah, first year here in Texas. Originally from Mississippi.
Okay.
Moved to Atlanta, Georgia. Did a little bit of coaching there at Shiloh Middle School, and did some what would you call it? Basically position work with some high school guys, helping them with technique and just becoming a better technician of the game. Moved out here for work, and been loving it ever since. Man, got the opportunity from Coach Valle, and I've been loving it ever since.
Yeah, it's a unique place. It's a starting up, and you have an opportunity to build something, build a legacy, and really give something back to the community, and really for the kids to look forward to something, and take pride in their school and build it up. And I know that's probably the all important step is beating the Eagles. I know that's on the calendar next week, and we'll talk to Coach Mack about it later on. But Coach, this program, it comes with challenges. Obviously, it's a newer school, right? You're especially when you have smaller schools like this. You have a limited pool of players, and you've got to try to make the most of what you do. Of course, you play six-man football. For those that don't know, and if you have not watched six-man football, it's fast, it's fun, it's unique. Some of the motions and some of the things that done. If it's your first time watching it, you may say, I don't think that's legal, but trust me, it is legal unless you see a flag. So I won't pretend to know all the rules and everything that you can do, but it's fun to watch. It's different. Let's start there. Just the challenges and how unique it is, six-man football.
It's very unique because it is six-man. It's hard to be able to cover every square inch of the field. The way you can do with 11-man football. You have your down lineman guys, and then you have your back end. So it's harder to predict and be able to coach guys up to be able to contain and have a good scheme for it. Defense is a definite challenge, which is why you see a lot of high scoring games. Offensively, the goal is to take advantage of those opportunities, and every chance we can get, put the ball in the box.
When you start when you started this position and you start trying to coach up kids and find out their strengths and their weaknesses and things like that, what's the message to the team to try and say, hey, this is a process that I feel like that term is used a lot, and especially I think for Dallas Cowboys they use that term a little bit too much maybe, but there is a process to it, and what kind of buy-in are you seeing? What kind of messages are you trying to send to the kids?
Yeah, so since day one, these guys can attest to it. The biggest thing we want to do is, with us being a smaller program, we have to make sure that, we can get everybody on the field. So the biggest thing is from day one, just getting a buy-in, putting in that sweat equity, and then, showing everybody that, hey, we have athletes, and then we can build athletes as well. So that's been a lot of our practices, is just getting guys in the right position, seeing what they're about, and also getting guys better every day, get bigger, stronger, faster every day. And then from that point, with our coaching staff, I feel like we have a great, Coach Valle did a great job of putting the group together. I feel like we have a great group of guys that can actually pour into the kids, and so that's something that we've been doing on the daily.
Some of the challenges too here in Texas and down south as well, but the heat. So how have you guys managed this year? What have you guys put in place? Are you able to find any indoor places to go?
Yeah. So we actually, starting Tuesday, we actually started practicing at SWAT a little bit, just because this week was very hot. I mean, man, the wet temperature was. I mean, at one point I want to say it was like 107, 108. May have got up to 111. So the biggest thing is just making sure that they're safe, and I always try to keep an eye on them and look at you see a guy wobbling or you see his eyes get low. You want to make sure he's okay. But we also have to make sure that we can be in the heat as well, because at the end of the day, Friday night, it's time to go.
It's time to go. I love it. I love sweat. I love that you said sweat equity. I
Yes.
love that. Let's before we move on to some players. Just what have you seen? What have you enjoyed about this team that you have this year?
Man, the growth. Seeing guys step up. These guys are up here for a reason. Honestly, if it was up to me, we'd have the whole team up here. Because I can shout out Edison. Our middle school guys. We got a guy from New Mexico, Josiah. He's doing real well. It was exciting to see him come on, and I think everybody just to see the camaraderie and how everybody just growing together and getting better as a team. So if it was up to me, we would have every single player up here.
Yeah, we'll give opportunities. This isn't a one and done type deal. Coach, I'm going to move on to Austin. Austin, thanks for being here. First, what's your class? What year are you?
Junior.
You're a junior.
Yes,
what
sir.
position do you play?
Center and middle linebacker.
All right. So, talk to me about your football experience. Did you play? Were you on last year's team? Just what have you enjoyed this year coming into it? How much are you looking forward to it?
I started playing freshman year, and this year's really looking forward to the growth we've had. I mean, me and Elliot run this program when we started, and seeing how far we've come from freshman year and the skill we've grown.
When you starting like that and you're talking about freshman year and now you're gaining some confidence, right? And here you are, junior. What do you take any of that to some of the younger guys and you say, all right, we're trying to build something. What's the message? As kind of an upperclassman, junior and senior, that's where the leaders start to really shine through, and that can make a big difference on the team. But what kind of experience do you have to give to the other kids?
I mean, kind of keep going, give it your all every practice. Never give up in a game.
This team, when you talk about Providence and whatever happens, wins or losses, just how much are y'all playing together? How much have you enjoyed just the camaraderie of getting to know each other?
I mean, we got a great team. I've played with these guys for 3 years now, and the freshmen and stuff I'm seeing every day at school. So it's a great camaraderie with all of us.
I'm interested to know too, since freshman to now going to start year 3. How have you seen the spirit, the school spirit grow? How much is the school just gaining momentum to get behind you guys?
It's fun to see the program grow with school spirit and stuff, and as we get bigger, have more school spirit and more students backing us.
Coach Love, I want to get you to elaborate on Austin here and just tell me a little bit about him and why he's one of the guys up here and what he's bringing to the team.
Yeah, most certainly. So man, looking at Austin coming in day one, he accepted the challenge, and that is hey, showing up every day, putting in the work, and then very consistent. It's a situation where in some cases he's not the most outspoken guy, but that's perfectly fine. You look at guys like Eli Manning; they're quiet leaders, and leading by example is a great thing, especially when we got a smaller program, we got younger guys. It's perfectly fine, and to see the work that he puts in on both sides of the ball, he's a captain on both sides of the ball, he's a leader on both sides of the ball, and we ask him to do a lot, and he accepts that challenge, and he has no problem with it at all.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with not being vocal. Jet Williams, who I was talking about earlier, who drafted to the Mets, I did a little story on him before he was drafted, and a lot of his teammates were talking about he's not a vocal guy. He's not a rah-rah guy. He's not that type of leader, but he's a guy that you see working in practices, in the weight room. He's a guy that you see working, and he's just trying to set the bar and just lead by that way. And so, everybody has their own way of leading. And so, Austin, before I move on to Elliot, just kind of as you approach this year and you get ready for your first game, what's the Mooter team? How excited are you?
we're all pumped. We're pumped for next Friday night.
Yeah, I bet it should August 30th. Now that I know, because you were Coach Valle was telling me. Elliot, thanks for joining. What year are you?
I'm a junior.
And what positions do you play?
Quarterback.
Quarterback. All right.
Yes, sir.
So you're the guy. I want to know, like, it's a unique, like I said, 6-man football is very unique. And there's a lot of pitches, there's a lot of misdirection, there's a lot of trickery, if you will, involved, and sometimes the quarterback's not the one throwing the ball. Just how much fun is it to play 6-man football in the quarterback position?
It's a lot of fun, a lot of improvising. When a play blows up, I'm just throwing fingers around, like go across, and especially at a last scrimmage.
I don't want to disrespect 6-man football. There is a lot of like schoolyard things going on because sometimes you're right. Things break down quickly and everything's moving so fast that you've got to improvise and do some Patrick Mahomes type, just kind of shoveling the ball out. But with your experience and you being the quarterback and obviously one of the leaders and probably a vocal guy as a quarterback, just what have you seen from this team that excites you this year?
The improvement starting from the spring. I mean, we haven't had the same coach for a year, but Coach Love has helped us improve the most, I think, and like a full new coaching staff, like what we started in the spring and what we've come to now is 100% better than what we started with.
Yeah, and obviously there's some challenges with that when you talk about coaching, but I'm sure you pick up along the way little things that help build each other, and that's when a team, in my view, really has to come together, and they've got to have some accountability and say it doesn't, not the Coach Love here doesn't matter, but sometimes it's internal. And the coaches, they can give you the plays, they can tell you where to be, they can give you all the pointers and the tips, but at the end of the day, you guys have to take care of business. And when you're together, I'm curious to know, just what you've learned about yourself along the way, knowing that it's like, all right, it's really up to us to make this happen.
Yeah, we've had to stick together the last 3 years, and I think we've done well lifting each other up and making sure we're all accounted for.
And I didn't ask Austin, but I'll get back and ask him. Do you play any other sports?
I did play basketball, but now it's just all football.
Now just all football. As you approach this year, what's the key? What's the difference? What's the key to maybe taking another step and getting some more wins under your belt and looking like, hey, we want to be a playoff team.
Yeah, certainly I think practicing like we play in a game, and no practice should be just messed around with. We just work 100% every practice, and that's how we're going to win.
When we're talking with the Lions Providence Academy here in Rockwall, I'll ask Coach Valle in a minute. I was going to ask about campus and all that stuff, how things are going, but I'll ask them that in a minute. Some challenges as far as, where you guys are working out at and things like that. You just making the most of it. How do you guys just stay prepared? Is it just one of those things where it's like we control, but we're going to go practice wherever and we're going to go play whoever? What are some challenges for you on that front?
Well, certainly the weather, the heat outside.
It's a little hot. Yeah. Today felt great.
It makes us tough, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we'll work with what we got. No excuses to be made.
When we look back at this year, when we're all said and done, we're not going to make predictions on wins and losses. But in your mind, just what are you going to hang your hat on and say, yeah, we're proud of that. It doesn't matter. Is it sticking together? Is it just, building memories? What is it to you that's the most important?
Just leaving it all on the field. And I think wins matter, but as long as we improve, I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, 100%. Coach, I'm going to get you to talk a little bit about Elliott and, just kind of what the quarterback means to your position. Obviously, it's an important position to you, but if you can talk about Elliott just a little bit.
Most certainly, man. He accepts the challenge and he asks for more. I know we played a scrimmage in Hazel, and he was the first. As soon as the scrimmage was over, he was like, "Hey, coach, can we do this? Can we do this? Can we do this?" And I was like, "Yeah, most certainly. You asked for it, I'll definitely bring it." And so I like that about him. He takes the initiative. He pushes other guys. And like I said, Austin, he's leading by example. Elliott leads by example as well. And so, the competition between those guys is there. You just that fire when any drill we have, when they step up to the challenge, when they get on the line, it's time to go. And so to be able to see that from him and knowing he's in that position as quarterback, it's beautiful to see because, a lot of times you have to instill some things in guys. He already has it. It's ingrained in him. And so it's awesome to see.
How many seniors do you have, Coach?
We have 0 seniors.
0 seniors.
So
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
excited about that.
Yeah. So that's something to build on, and now you know that whatever these guys are doing, whatever you're doing, it's in place for next year, right? And so that's pretty exciting to see. Good luck to both of you this year as the football season comes. Coach Valle, I'm pronouncing it like I know what I'm saying. I had to ask him before the show started. I can't even pronounce my last name correctly. I'm ashamed. I'm terrible Hispanic. Coach, how's it going? Obviously, I see a lot of what you do on social media and some posts you make. I know you're really excited, not just about football, but everything that y'all have going on over at the academy. But as it relates to football, how excited are you for this year?
Yeah, I mean, the culture and the organization and the professionalism that we see, or that I see on the field every day is night and day from where we've been. Testament is to of that is to what Coach Love has brought and the coaching staff around him. Caleb Haney runs our offense. He's a local guy, played with the Bears, Broncos, Cowboys. So he's kind of overhauling the offense for us. So thankfully the film in the past that people are watching will really count for this year. And then, Tyler running defense and Shane as an assistant. So we've just got a really good staff, right? So the practices are just structured. Every minute matters. And you can tell, like, watching them repeatedly over and over again from where they have been, and it's no insult to anybody who's been a part of the program in the past, but it's night and day.
Yeah. And sometimes it's just a different voice, a different way of saying it, different way of doing it, and it's always when we see coaching changes, it's not like that coach was bad. It's just that we get the message through a different way, and the kids receive it a different way, and we build excitement through the current coaches that we have through Coach Love. What was it about Coach Love that was like, hey, this is a guy this is going to help us. This guy's going to improve this school.
So I won't do the long story; that's too long. But I actually running a team of insurance adjusters outside of this work, and I hired him for that. So when we were doing a search, one day I was just laying down after I woke up, and something put in my mind and my heart. I'm like, why don't I ask Brandon? So that day I called him, and 24 hours later he says, man, I looked up six-man football. This looks phenomenal. I'm in. And as we started to talk about who he is as a man, a person of faith, and he's very humble. He didn't talk. He played college at Alabama State, offensive line, went against some NFL quality players on a day-to-day basis. So from the get-go, his excitement, enthusiasm, and experience, I knew would be a perfect fit for what we're trying to do here.
We're talking Providence Academy of Rockwall. Overall, everything you got going, facilities, everything that's coming in the future and things that are happening right now. How excited are you, and what are some things that you could share with us?
Sure. I always say it's never been a better time to be a Lion, and today is that. We practice on our land. We bought 10 acres last year at Sabine Creek Ranch. We own that land. That's where they practice when it's not too hot. So we're there every day. We stripe that land out for them, but we're hoping to get our building, our gym, our classrooms, everything opened up beginning or shortly after the start of the next school year. And that would change everything for us, allow us to grow our enrollment, our facilities, the resources we have for our teachers, our students, our athletes. It's a great time. I mean, I think our numbers this year went up about 30 students this year at the school, and literally where we go to school, we're bursting at the seams. We cannot hold them. So we need this building up for our current athletes and students, and then for the ones who are on our 100-plus waiting list to get in. So we're trying to make that happen to benefit everybody who's a part of the school.
Beyond football, other sports and things like that, when you talk about volleyball and basketball, things like that, can you give us an overview, how things are going, what those coaches are excited about?
Yeah, no, volleyball's I think they're 4 matches in, 4 very competitive matches that they've had. We have a new coach there too, but again, numbers have increased, so now we got a JV team as a 1A school, which is very rare. Yep. So they're out there competing, doing a great job. Same thing with our cross-country program. Basketball, I know you had us last year for that. Yep. I appreciate it. And that team has grown. Now they have a JV girls team. So we're excited about what they're going to do this year. We think that they can take that next step deeper into the postseason this year. And now boys basketball, we got a new coach there too. We got a lot of new coaches this year, all very good coaches. So we're excited about what he's doing. He's changing the culture of that program as well in a very good way. And you know, our swimmers are still there. They were in state last year. We expect them to be back this year again. So yeah, it's a great school for those who buy into the model that we have as a university model school, but those that say, I want athletics for our teams as well, because it's no longer, well, it's just school, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's who we
Right.
are. But if you want to have a competitive athletic program that competes at a high level, we've got that.
I imagine it's both exciting for the future, but as you live in the present, it's got to be like, oh man, we've got so many good pieces here. Like we just, we're missing some things. How do you just say, hey, be patient? How do you stay patient in your faith and prayer and just say, you know what, this is coming. We got a good thing. I don't want to look to the future. I want to enjoy right now.
Well, the faith is paramount, but I know I speak to my team, and I know our coaches believe it. We focus on the things that we can control the controllables, and be where our feet are. What the future is there. It's going to be there, and we want these guys and our female athletes to experience that. But right now, we have the resources that we do have, and we support as much as that we can. And to the credit of our teachers, students, everybody involved, nobody has ever come to me and used, we don't have that, that's why we can't win. Or we're not being successful because we don't have that. I mean, yeah, if we can control what we can control, we're going to live with the results in sports, in the classroom, in life, and we do that.
Yeah, I love it. I also want to know, so I was going to ask you, what sports, what are all the sports you have there?
Cross country, swim, boys and girls basketball, volleyball, football, track and field, cheerleading, which they're doing a phenomenal job as well.
I'm glad you said
yeah.
Points for saying when I asked sports and you said cheerleading, because that is absolutely those young women and men, if they choose those some athletes right there.
Yeah, no, they make everything so much better for us, and they bring a lot of spirit to our school. So we have those programs, and we have them at both the high school and the middle school level, and elementary for cross country. So, I appreciate you asking, because a lot of times when I share folks, they ask that question, like, man, that's a lot of sports for a 1A school. I'm like, yeah, we do. We got the coaches and we got the kids that want to do these things.
1A. So what do y'all go? Like, what's the highest level? So 1A.
So that goes to about. I don't know the TAPS formula, but it's a formula they have. The number that you have to be under, I believe, is 70 or 68, 69, around there. So we were under that number. We were at about 57 or 58.
Is there like a 1AA before you get to 2A, or is it just like 1A, 2A, 3A?
Yeah, I think it goes all the way up to 4.
4?
Yeah,
okay.
4 or 5.
Okay, gotcha.
So, we won't be there, so I haven't tracked the 4 or 5.
Yeah, no. I'm curious. The structure. Obviously, I'm familiar with public school and how that goes, and really Dallas Christian on the 11-man front. I'm familiar with how they do it. So I was wondering. Gentlemen, thank you for joining and sharing a little bit about what you're doing. Coach Love, is really nice to meet you, and I got to get your contact information. I love to drop in practices. I love to get interviews out there, especially at games. I love to be on the sidelines and just have access to the kids. If you'll have me, and really it's just to highlight some kids and benefit the programs and give them a spotlight, and a place to shine on our small little websites that we have. So I appreciate you coming through here. Is everybody Cowboy fans?
Yes, sir.
I'm Miami Dolphins.
Miami Dolphins.
Born and raised Miamian.
A Patriot.
You're a Patriot fan. Okay.
I didn't know that. I would have hired him.
I'm so glad that the glory days are over for you guys. So people can stop talking about Patriots or America's team and all that stuff. That's the Cowboys and then the Dolphins. They just can't play in the cold, so they better.
we got to have some home games.
Better get some home games in. I could. Convince these guys. I can convince. Well, I don't know. A lot of Cowboys fans are against Dak Prescott. I'm a Dak Prescott guy. I think Dak Prescott and the guys who co-host up with me, Kevin Wingfield and James, Mr. Branch, they get on me every time I bring up Dak Prescott. But anytime I can bring up Dak Prescott, I'm going to do it because that's our guy, and that's really all we have. So it has to be our guy. So go Cowboys and go Providence Academy Lions, not the Detroit Lions. We don't want them to go.
No. We're happy to have this join your stage now, and now we got your set complete, and
yes,
you're represented on a weekly basis.
I'm very excited. Yeah, no. Now I felt you were left out the last year, and so now we're complete. The circle is complete, and fitting that it's a lion that completes the circle. Right?
There you go. Right.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, Elliot, Austin. Good luck to you this year. I can't wait to watch you guys play. Go have some fun, and make some memories, and we'll let the chips fall where they fall. Right.
That's right.
All right, Coach, Coach Valle. Thank you very much. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, you'll hear me ramble for just a minute, and then I'm going to play the interview with Coach Brooks that I did for Rockwall and the Yellow Jackets. Don't go anywhere. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will be right back.
Rockwall Ford is a proud sponsor of Rockwall County Game Day. Shop the Rock and score game-changing savings on our all-American lineup of new Fords. Shop our entire inventory online at rockwallford.com or build your truck your way at preordermyf150.com.
All right, we're back live here at Rockwall Ford. This segment is going to be brought to you by Hudson Financial Group, hvgventures.net. Mr. Randy Hudson, we can't thank him enough for supporting us and sponsoring us. Of course, Hudson Financial Group is the presenting sponsor for the Jet Williams Award. And again, if you missed the opening, gave a shout out to Mr. Jet Williams, who is back playing baseball after doing some rehab and recovering from some wrist surgery. So, he had a fantastic game today. We have some of his highlights that were provided by, the TV coverage or streaming service on the MILB app. So, you can go check out Jet Williams and what he did today because it was pretty special and it was pretty cool. But Hudson Financial Group, Insurance and Investments. Again, hey, we're at Rockwall Ford. They're one of our big sponsors, and I just don't talk about them. I am about them. I purchased my first truck from Rockwall Ford, and I purchased another one today. So they are we support them, they support us. We all support the kids. Same thing with Hudson Financial Group. I've got a life insurance policy through them. They helped us out with our homeowners insurance, which was ridiculously low compared to some of the other rates we had. So Hudson Financial Group, we can't thank Mr. Randy Hudson enough for all the support. All right, I'm going to now play the Rockwall interview with head football coach Trey Brooks. Love Coach Brooks. Love the time that he gives us. I love speaking with him. The smile that he wears on his face all the time, except for game time. Game time is business time, so I'll give him a pass on that. But he had a lot to say, a lot to cover. So let's go ahead and jump into that. This is head football coach of the Rockwall Yellow Jackets, Coach Trey Brooks. Coach, let me ask you about family really quickly. So It's kind of a new year. Every year is a new year, obviously, but with your boys growing up and, that adds some extra things on the schedule, and I'm sure the wife is looking forward to it. But I want to ask you, how this summer was a little different for you with family. You got the boys now that are in the strength and conditioning, and I'm sure they'll be participating in the summer football camp that's coming up in about a week. Just just how all that has been different for you.
It's been really cool. So they're going into twin boys, going into seventh grade, Case and Cannon, and I've worked strength and conditioning for my whole career, but this is the first time for me to have my sons there with me actually participating in the camp. And so it's been a blast, and it's been fun. I know them and all their little buddies, and it's been fun to be able to be on them constantly, just watching them. But more than anything, it's meant a lot to me. It's something I've looked forward to for a long time. And so to have them there for the first time, it's been fun.
And Carly, Coach, your wife, and her role in all this, obviously, a coach's life is pretty busy, and especially when you're the head football coach. And now you're navigating a couple of boys that are going to be playing in the junior high level. Just how much has she looking forward to this? Is she supporting all of this? And how much fun is it for the Brooks family right now?
She's been great. My wife Carly has been awesome. Because it's such a busy time. Even though it's summer, it's a busy time for all of us. And I feel like I'm constantly going from one thing to the next, and so are the boys. So she's been awesome. I'll bring them early in the morning to work out, and she comes and picks them up. And then most of the summer we were taking them from there to basketball camp or to baseball camp, and she's just been great about it. Overall, we're both looking forward to it and excited about them being at Williams and kind of taking the next step for us.
This is in regards to just athletics as a whole, and either on the female or male side. You mentioned your boys going to basketball camp and other things like that. How important is it, Coach, to a football program that you see kids involved in other athletic activities, whether it be basketball, track, wrestling, whatever it is?
Yeah, we have a ton of kids here at Rockwall High School that play multiple sports, and I think that happens because we try to foster that. We encourage it. We want kids to do that. I say it all the time, but kids only get to do this one time, and so we want them to be able to do as much as possible if they're capable. Well, in order to do that, we all have to work together as head coaches, and so I think that's something that makes this place really special, is that we do that and we work together, and kids get the opportunity to play multiple sports, and I think the end result of that is that we're really good across the board at every sport. As evident by the Lone Star Cup standings that came out. Finished 8th out of 249 schools.
That's incredible.
The best finish that we've ever had at Rockwall High School. So this is the prime time for Rockwall High School athletics. It's just the best it's ever been right now, and we're right in the middle of it.
This coaching staff, you obviously have to bring in some new ones, and coaches take on different roles.
Yeah.
Can you talk about just some of the changes that we'll see here at Rockwall?
Yeah, it's a big part of the profession is helping guys and wanting to help them and see them grow. And so that's been a big deal to me. I'm incredibly grateful for the time that Coach Colvin was here. You know, he is and will always be one of my best friends. And so, like, the chance to get to work every day with your best friend, I mean, that is something I definitely cherish. That time, those 4 years. You know, Coach Reed, I coached Coach Reed, you know, and so I've known him for a long time. He was the quarterback my first year as the offensive coordinator, and so those guys mean a ton to me. And so for me to see them get the opportunity, that's what it's all about. Helping guys grow and helping them get opportunities, and they earn that, and we're super excited for them. You know, the other end of that is here, and so now guys get new opportunities here. You know, Cale Barnes getting the chance to move up and become the offensive coordinator. Well, Cale has been here for the last 11 years that I've been here, and he's worked his way up. And so that's the other side of it, is getting to see guys get opportunities here. And he has proven in no time that he is well prepared for that, and it's been really cool to see that. And then got to hire some new guys, which is really cool because and it just kind of keeps you sharp. It keeps you, you know, now we've got some new guys that are going to have the chance to learn the Rockwall way, and so those guys are going to contribute in their way, and we're going to continue to grow. And so it's been cool. You know, changes can be tough for people, but I think for us it's been exciting and encouraging.
Coach, you talk about the Rockwall way and the JFND spirit that exists, and you know, so many times we see it on the field from these athletes and coaches, you know, just able to just persevere and come through in tough situations, and that really defines what the JFND spirit's all about. When you talk about these younger kids coming up and even new coaches that come in, you know, how fast do you see them, you know, adapt to that JFND spirit and want to just be part of all of that?
Yeah, from a coaching perspective, it's been neat. Those guys, I mean, I think that they feel it their very first day here, because every one of those guys individually came up to me and said, "Coach, this is great. This place is different." You know, so I think they can feel it from day one. When it comes to kids, you know, moving into middle school and then middle school to high school. It's just kind of the culture that they get used to. I was talking with one of the coaches on our staff today, and we're just talking about the numbers and just how there's more kids involved than there's ever been, and I think that can be attributed to them growing up and doing it. And so now they've been, you know, a senior to be has done strength and conditioning as a 7th grader, 8th grader, 9th grader. You know, they've done it every year, and it just becomes what we do. And so I think when they get here, it's kind of the expectation, and they know what it's like to be a Yellow Jacket because they've kind of worked up to it.
Coach, we're talking with Coach Brooks, the head football coach here at Rockwall. Coach, I heard you kind of talking to the kids, and I've heard you multiple times say it, just talk about their preparation and you know, going home and doing the right things as far as hydrating and eating and resting. You know, what is the importance of that? Obviously, it's important, but you know, what's your message to the kids and to the parents? It's like, hey, we need to take care of ourselves when we go home. Yeah,
I think for me, it's just about trying to get them to grasp that at a younger age. You know, I didn't know that stuff when I was in high school, and I often think back and I think, man, what if I would have known that or done that? And so to me, it's trying to convey that to them and help them to understand the importance of getting good sleep and you know, hydration and nutrition and all that. And we understand that they're in high school and you're not always going to get through to all of them, but my goal is always just, man, if I can get them to be thinking like that in high school, then they're just kind of ahead of the game for the rest of their life as far as taking care of themselves.
Coach, let's talk a little bit about football and this coming up year. You know, looking at your schedule, you travel quite a bit this year, and you know, and how you navigate that. You're used to obviously traveling, but when you talk about Lake Travis, going to Austin, I believe you go to Longview, and then Legacy. You know, that's going to be really good for next year, right? Because now you get to be home. But you know, what's it like, you know, for you guys trying to navigate a schedule early on that there's some traveling? Yeah,
I think what I try to do is relate it to games that we're hoping to play later on. You know, at some point in the playoffs, we're going to have to travel, and so I'll be talking about that even week 2 when we play Lake Travis. Hey, we're going to have to travel down to Austin round 3, this area round 3. So we just try to use that kind of as preparation. And then later on, when you get to that point, you're able to point back, hey, remember, this is kind of the schedule that we were on. And so try to use it as much as possible. It definitely takes some work when you're putting together the schedules and bus requests and all that type of stuff. But I think, some of those trips are some of the best memories that these kids get. So maybe a pain at times for me, but it'll be good memories for them.
And I'd like to get your thoughts on playing Heat this year in district. So normally that's like the first game we see to open district play. You play them later in November. Mm-hmm. Is that a little bit different for you? A little bit different wrinkle? We know how much effort and it goes into that game. Is it something that you're looking forward to play them later in the season?
Yeah, I think so. It's been it's just random how that's decided, and it just so happened to be the first week the last several years. I think both Rodney and I would agree that we would like to play it later, like we're doing. It's going to be different for sure, but I think looking forward to it, getting a little bit more of the season under our belt before we get to that point. I think it'll be a good change.
Coach, let's talk about a little bit of player personnel. So one of the glaring things, obviously, you lose a big running back, and we wish him all the way at UTEP. Yeah. What's the running back position like for you, and how much you loving what you're seeing from the kids right now?
Well, it's talking specifically about running back. What's so cool about having a player like Ashton, and I would say this about other guys that we've had in the past, like Jackson Smith, their impact that they make on this program goes beyond them actually being here. So just the way that Ashton carried himself, the way that he practiced, the way that he treated his teammates, that has made an impact on the guys behind him. And so you look at a kid like Jameer Wilson. Well, Jameer was backing up Ashton for the last year. Well, he spent every day around him, every meeting, every practice. And so I watched Jameer in the spring, and it's just interesting. They're different people, different players, but just interesting to see how much of an impact Ashton made. So yes, it's a big hole to fill when you have a player that's that good, but Jameer has watched and worked and prepared himself to be able to fill that role. And then we've got some young guys who have had phenomenal summers, guys that will step up. So I'm really excited about that position, even though we're losing, one of the best to ever play here.
And let's move to the quarterback position. Obviously, Landon Locke and the pedigree that he has, and the commitment and the leader that he is on and off the field. I looked at Braden, some of the things he did. He's got 3,000 yard seasons, 3,600 yard season. Yeah. Is this an offense that's set up obviously for Landon to kind of repeat something like that, to have a 3,000, 3,500 yard season?
Yeah, I feel like he's capable of anything, and he's just worked so hard to get to this point. And I think everything that you need to know about that kid you saw last year. He's a Division I quarterback who was asked to split time because we felt like that was best for the team. There's not a lot of kids that would approach that with the type of attitude that he did, and he had a phenomenal season, and it was best for the team at that point. And so I'm just so excited for him to get the opportunity as a senior to be the man, and he is capable of anything on the football field. I mean, he's as good as I've ever seen. And so I think he's going to have a huge year, and I'm excited to see him do it.
So, Coach, you've been blessed with some quarterbacks over the years, especially since we started. You talk about Braden and of course Landon, but then Mason and Mr. Bennett. I mean, do you feel like there's a window here that it's like hope we're looking to capitalize on this, because we think we've had the tools to make a deep run. We're talking about state semifinals. Yeah. Do you think there's a window here? Or do you think just maybe the program's just bigger? Like, hey, we can roll deep with whoever we have.
Yeah, I just feel like those guys that we've had, they are obviously really good players, and then they're also a product of what we do here and the way that we do things. And so what's interesting about those guys is each each of those players is a little bit different. Lake is different from Braden, and Braden is different from Jacob Clark, who we had in the past, or Will Reed. They're all a little bit different, and what I'm so proud of that we've done here at Rockwall is take advantage of those kids' strengths. But I think the common theme amongst all of those kids has been that they care so much about being the quarterback at Rockwall High School, and it really, really means something. And so, I think this year and beyond, that's going to continue because we've got kids that it really means something to be the quarterback here, and they put in the amount of work that it takes to be successful. And so, I'm excited about this year. I'm excited about the years after this because we've got kids that are ready and going to take the next step.
The football team as a whole, defense, offense, the talent that you have, who are some names, who are some guys, and I'm sure you go through a long list. Just who are some guys that's like, hey, these are the leaders, specifically captains, who are some guys that are out there. It's like, hey, they're in for a big year this year.
Talked about Landon already. He's a captain, and we know what we're going to expect from him. And Tristan Gooch, phenomenal year last year. I think underrated by people in the state. But he does this talking on the field, and the proof is there on the field. And I know that he's going to have another really big year. Tristan is a captain, has been voted as a captain for us also. He's had a great summer, so really excited about seeing him. Cam Johnson is returning on the offensive line. He was voted as a captain. Played guard for us last year, and he'll play tackle this year. I don't think that he's missed 1 minute of strength and conditioning this summer. That tells you what kind of kid he is. So really, really fired up about him and getting to see him in a leadership role this year. Let's see who else. Leander Parrish was voted as a captain. Leander moved here in January, jumped right in. It's like he's always been here. What a great attribute for a kid to be able to come to a really good program and just to fit right in, and then to be voted as a captain after having just been here for a short amount of time. That says a lot about that kid. So he's gonna make a major impact for us at DN. Across from him, Edwin Gonzalez played a bunch for us last year, moving into a starting role this year. He also was voted as a captain, so that is a real position of strength for us. 2 captains on the D line. That's a really big deal. So those guys, our captain group, just really, really excited about those guys and seeing them continue to develop. Chase Owunze coming back at right tackle. I mean, I one of the best linemen that we've ever had here. Seeing him take the next step this summer, he was pretty dominant as a junior. So I mean, I don't know how much more he can do, but I think he can. I think he's going to continue to show us what he can do. So excited to have him back. Defensive side of the ball, Jack Duckworth played a bunch for us last year at corner. He's going to have the chance to play both ways a little bit this year. Excited to see him. Will Ashworth was a backup to Jake Overstreet last year. He's going to be stepping into a starting role. Has had a great summer. Caden Warren at hash safety played a ton last year. So the theme is kind of seeing those guys take the next step. Eric Gabriel would be another guy at corner who played a lot last year. Going to have a chance to be a starter this year. So kind of taking the next step for him. Cam Marsh is another guy. Man, it's crazy that he's been on varsity since he was a sophomore. It just seems like it has flown by, and so he's going to have a major role in a lot of different ways. Excited about all those guys who were varsity players, but kind of taking the next step. That's kind of that group. And so excited to see what they do. The H-back position, didn't even mention them. Getting Cale Anderson back from injury. He was a big time player for us before he got hurt. So getting him back is huge. Jackson Stoner stepped up in his place, and I think it exceeded expectations. So to have those 2 guys back, and then a young guy at Jet Lamb coming to that position, that's going to be a real position of strength for us. And so really excited about that group. And I mean, I could go on, I could go on and on.
Your offense, it can be, some things that are going on, a lot of motion, a lot of really fast and things like that.
Yeah.
How much time do you guys spend just like, okay, putting in new wrinkles, different looks and things like that? And then the challenging part is like, getting everyone up to speeds, very quickly. Do you enjoy that part of it? Is it mad scientist stuff where you're just up all night and you just thinking of different ways to do different things?
Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite parts of the job, and for us, it's kind of a constant process. From the day that last season ends, and then you start thinking of ideas and writing them down, and then to your point, when it comes to implementing that stuff, I think we do a really good job of that here. And our guys go through a pre-spring period in their off season where they're learning and we're installing stuff, and then we go to spring football and they get a chance to learn it again, and then we go to the fall and they get a chance to learn it again. So I just think we do a good job of implementing that, and I think like I said, we've got tons of ideas between our everybody on our staff, but we do a good job of making sure that it all fits within our system, and it's a great system that's been built over the last 11 years and a lot of guys involved. And so, yeah, it's fun. It's fun to do it. It's fun to put it all together and see like what your identity is going to be as a team that given year.
You're breeding a couple of football minds. So how many times do Case or Cannon throw a play on your desk and just say, hey, maybe I'll look at it?
Oh yeah, all the time. They've been doing it since they were little. There was one, I'm trying to remember. There was a trick play that Case had found. I think he was watching a game or something, and he drew it up, and it's funny. I think he was shocked when I said, "All right, we'll do it." And he was like, he's like, "What?" I'm like, "We'll do it." And so we ran it. I can't. I'm trying to remember the game, but ended up scoring a touchdown on the play. So he thinks he's something now. Like he thinks he's an OC, in the waiting. So.
Do you get into the NCAA football, the game?
Yeah. So I haven't yet. So. My sons are at camp right now, and they're the ones that have been, they've been talking about it. So we're definitely going to get into it. I was really into it as a college kid.
Yeah.
We had a dynasty going, and everybody in the house was in it, and it was like part of our routine. We'd go to workout, go to class, come back and play NCAA football. So it's pretty cool to see that it's back. I'm pumped about playing it. I haven't done it yet.
So if you get a chance when you do play it and you make yourself a player, what are you giving yourself a rating at Texas A&M?
Oh, if I got to make myself, I got to make myself in the 90s. That's funny about that as a walk-on. So when I used to play it in college as a walk-on, well, they didn't have the complete roster on there, so I'd have to get on there and create myself, and I'd boost the stats a little bit, throw myself in there as a starter.
We're talking Coach Brooks, head football coach at Rockwall. Coach, all right, so you move closer to August 12th, and that's when things go live.
Yeah.
And obviously you guys have been building all summer and looking forward to it. What's the key this year? What's the motto? What are we preaching, and to try and take that next step?
So we started our off season with a theme of relentless pursuit. It's something that you hear a lot as a coach, and a lot of times it's applied to defensive football. Relentless pursuit of the football. Well, I got to thinking about it going into off season, and I thought that really applies to everything for us, and everything that you want, any of your goals. We're preaching relentless pursuit of that. You're never giving up on what it is that you want. And so to me, it was relentless pursuit of, you name it, you fill in the blank. You're a defensive player, it's relentless pursuit of the football. Offensive player, it's relentless pursuit of the end zone. As a team, it's relentless pursuit of a state championship. Maybe for individual players, it's, hey, a relentless pursuit of becoming a starter, or somebody that's on the field. And so that was something to me. I felt like we can apply that to anything that we're doing. So that's been the theme, and so we've been, really, really hammering that home hard with our guys, and just that theme of relentlessly pursuing all the goals that we have for ourselves.
Coach Brooks, head football coach at Rockwall. Coach, looking forward to it. We always appreciate the time. We appreciate the support, and it's going to be a fun year as always. So wish you all the best. Good luck, and wish you lots of health and lots of wins.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate that. Looking forward to it. Thanks for coming out.
All right, there he goes, Coach Brooks, the head football coach, the Rockwall Yellow Jackets. Always a treat to sit down in Coach Brooks' office and talk with him. And it's always fun to talk to all the coaches. I won't pretend to know what a great football coach is. Although I bet if we took a poll around the state, everybody would agree that Coach Brooks is a great football coach. But beyond that, I just get this real sense whenever I'm talking to him about what a good man he is and what a good human being and a good role model for the kids in this community are, and how lucky Rockwall ISD and this community that even can stretch into Heath are to have Coach Brooks as somebody who's a leader in this community, and it's just a real treat. I'll say it. We can, especially as fans, as parents, and things like that, wins and losses, we get focused on it, and especially it's Texas high school football, right? We want to we need wins, and Rockwall certainly does plenty of winning. But at the end of the day, I don't think that's going to define who we are and who Coach Brooks is, and who his boys are and who his family, is. I think it's just how they carry themselves, the attention to detail, the love that they have for the Coach Brooks has for this game and for talking to the students and being part of their lives every day. It's making a real impact. So hats off to Coach Brooks and his staff, and the experience that he has and everything that he's been able to accomplish in his young career. And we'll work on that rating too on college football. He was lowballing himself in the 90s. He's got to be like a 99, 100 when you factor in character, right? So that's a big part of who a football player is on the field, is their character, and certainly he demonstrates that. And we appreciate everything Coach Brooks does for us and the support he gives us and the time that he gives us. So the Rockwall Yellow Jackets, they'll get started soon. They're out there practicing again. We haven't seen them practice yet. We haven't seen anybody practice yet. I'm just gonna be honest. It's hot. It's really hot, and this dark skin doesn't need any more sun. So I'm shying away, but soon enough I will be at practice and get to see these guys operate, and then we'll be going live with some games soon enough as well. So a man that we I don't know if we question his character, but he's definitely a character. Coach Mack, the head football coach at Heritage Christian Academy, and also the athletic director, and he wears a lot of hats. I probably don't know all the hats he wears, but he wears them well. And he's here, and he's got some players here. So we're going to catch up with Heritage Christian Academy in just a few moments. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back with Heritage Christian Academy, the Eagles football. They got a big game Friday night. Not this Friday, next Friday. They got a big game, the 205. It's like the Battle of 205, or I don't know. I'm still going to come up with my own name on it. But we're going to catch up with the Eagles and find out what's going on. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Rockwall Ford is a proud sponsor of Rockwall County Game Day. Shop the Rock and score game-changing savings on our all-American lineup of new Fords. Shop our entire inventory online at rockwallford.com or build your truck your way at preordermyf150.com.
Okay, we're back. We are live here at Rockwall Ford. This segment's brought to you by Alpha Graphics. Mr. Butch Clark, thank you so much. Who's got ties to Heritage Christian Academy?
Yeah, we know that guy pretty well.
Yes, he is one of our new sponsors, and he's responsible for our shiny, beautiful new trailer out there. We appreciate everything that Alpha Graphics and Rockwall has done. I'm serious here. If you need some signage, if you need a wrap, if you need anything print-wise, things like that, located off Industrial, right off of I-30, right behind the stadium, Wilkerson Stadium, Industrial Road. You can find Alpha Graphics, and they'll be happy to help you out. He's a good golfer. Played golf with him, and he's I love talking with Mr. Clark. So thank you, Alpha Graphics of Rockwall. We are joined, as you can see on the bottom, Eagles football, Heritage Christian Academy, Coach Mack, Elijah, Matt, Carson. Damn, look at that. And then Elijah? Or
Isaiah.
Dang it. See,
It's okay. He goes.
You're right.
He goes by Turtle all the
See,
time.
I was set. Isaiah came in a little bit late. We're gonna get him a headset in just a moment. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us, Coach. Coach Mack, always a pleasure. Great to see you.
It's always fun to be here.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. Before we get to the guys, let's start with Coach Mack. Coach, first off, how's the summer going? Did you guys step up in division, or are you still same division? What's going on with the Eagles football?
Well, I don't know if you know, but all summer long it was hot.
It was a little hot.
Still hot.
It's a little hot.
We had everybody out twice a week doing work. But yes, we worked hard this summer because we are moving back up where we came from, which was Division II. Our 2 years in Division III were fun. It's really not who we are. It's really not the style of football we like to play. So us and about 4 other teams that finished in the Final Four last year moved up to Division II, so we can continue to do business together in Division II. So as excited as we are, we're still a little timid about what that jump's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these guys didn't get to play in Division II. I think only Isaiah got to play in Division II. So it's a big jump in size of schools and size of kids.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking forward to the challenge, actually.
Yeah, you just control what you control, line up and play football. And Heritage Christian Academy, much like we talked with the Lions earlier, it's 6-man football, and it's a different style of football, and it's one that I encourage those folks that just enjoy sports and enjoy football in general to go watch, and don't try to say that was a penalty, because there is a lot of motion, there's a lot of things that probably aren't legal in 11-man football, but it's fun to watch, and there's a lot of moving pieces, and I won't disrespect 6-man football by calling it playground football, but there's a lot of times you have to improvise, right, Coach? What's the challenge there? Talking to kids, just do they have to rely on just some instinct sometimes, or is it like, hey, stick to the script?
There's a lot of athleticism to it, to be honest. A lot of athleticism to it. A good comparison of what 7-man football is for people that haven't seen it. If you watch the Olympics this summer, they had rugby sevens.
I thought you were going to say breakdance, and I was like,
well, we break dance like the poor young lady from Australia, but
shout out to her.
Yeah, shout out to her.
Yeah.
Bless her heart. But no, it's that would be the equivalent. So people that watch rugby, normally 15 on the field, and they have 7, and that is so exciting because you just break one tackle and you're running for 40, 50 yards. That's what 6-man is equivalent to, with pads on. And a football-type structure to it. That's what makes 6-man so great. The biggest thing about 6-man football is everybody's eligible to catch a pass or run with the football. There are no designated linemen or designated people that cannot touch the football. And that's what makes it unique. And it makes it fun for the kids.
On the defensive side, Coach, you've got to have some athleticism, some guys with a motor, right, because of how open, how much space there is. And really, when you talk about everybody's eligible as a receiver, the ball can really go anywhere at any time. Just, you talk about, not specifically the athletes that you have, but, what are some challenges that you guys might face this year?
Size and speed. The ideal 6-man player is about 5'8", 5'9", 165 to 185 pounds that goes to state in the 100 meters. That's what you're playing against on the regular. The teams that are winning state titles, that's what they have. The Gordon Longhorns won the Division II state title in UIL this year. Their running back / spread back, their main ball carrier, is a sophomore. His dad's the coach, but but he also won the 300-meter hurdles at state and the 110-meter hurdles at state. So you're talking about a really good athlete, and you have to have 6 of them. You can't have just 1 or 2 or 3. You have to have 6, and if my 6 are better than your 4, we're going to win. That's what it boils down to. You can have great coaching, you have good schemes, you have to have those. But at the end of the day, you have to have the athletes, and the athletes have to be working hard to get there. You can't just be – there's a lot of good teams out there in public school and private school that have really good just plain athletes. They're just athletic, but they're not winning. You have to have the combination.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you have to have the athletes. And as you can tell, we've got a pretty good crew of them.
Yeah. I was gonna say, you know, that's 5'8". That's about where my son is. He's about 130. Maybe he's quick. Maybe
Send
he
him
should
over.
be playing. Maybe he should be playing 6-man. Talking to Coach Mack and a few of the players, Elijah, Matt, and Carson, and
Turtle.
Turtle.
We'll roll with Turtle for the
Here,
moment.
I'll give you some intros, and then you can talk to these guys. What do you think about that?
Yeah, we'll do that. Before we get to them, Coach, just the year overall, how excited are you guys to be back at school? You know, what's the spirit like? And besides the challenges you're going to face, you know, just how excited are the kids to get going?
Well, let's just say this. We're really excited at Heritage. You know, last year we started the year with a brand new gym. This year –
beautiful gym.
Thank you very much. The kids
love
love
that
it.
place.
And this year we started with, I know it's not as exciting, but it is exciting for the kids. You have to understand they're used to parking in grass. So we got a brand new parking lot.
All right.
That will serve also as a parking lot for some other things, but we're working on a brand new 12.
Do they have lines? Do the parking lot do they have lines?
No, well, it has
Painted
parking
lines?
lines. Yes,
Okay,
parking
yeah,
lines, but no football lines or
just
anything.
making sure. We're like,
That's
yeah,
parking lines.
how serious of a parking lot are we talking about?
We're
here?
talking about 45 spaces. It's a nice parking lot. But
real
we're also
nice.
putting together a 12-classroom elementary building that's being built as we speak. And the greatest thing about the elementary building being built is that it'll be done within a year, and then all the focus will be on the stadium,
The football field.
on-campus stadium. Well, yeah, we're going to call it a football field, but what it'll also have is those stripes for the other European football guys, whatever how they play.
The soccer field,
It'll have those lines on it as well.
Hey, we got to make room for all football.
Yes. So what our goal is with the stadium, just so everybody knows, it wants to send money in.
Yep.
We're gonna.
I'll put my Cash App. You can send it
That's
to
right.
me, and I'll funnel it back over
There's
to
no
them.
amount too small, I think, is what they say on Channel 13 PBS, right? Here's the thing. We want to move Wisdom Stadium, basically, the idea of what the old Wisdom Stadium is, to our property.
Okay.
We love that stadium. It's who we are. It's kind of built into our culture now. And we want to just basically take a blueprint of that and plop it down onto our property. That's our goal.
As a videographer and somebody who I'm just going to ask for light. Let's get some good lights out there, Coach.
We'll have all the fancy lights. You know, this is Rockwall.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that Wilkerson Sanders doesn't have the colored lights yet. We will have the colored lights.
Royce City's got those, man. I was looking. I can't wait to see theirs. You imagine going down 205 and there's these huge lights right there off. If you get stuck at that light, you're going to see some big lights there. So that's exciting. I cannot wait. I know it's down the road, but it'll be here before you know it.
It's coming, and you guys might not see it. I hope that they do. We got 3 juniors here and a senior. Unfortunately, the Turtle will not see the field until he comes back. But it's been worked for a long time. The kids deserve it. It's hard to say in the culture that we live in today. People don't say people deserve things, but our kids work hard, and they've worked hard at somebody else's facilities for a long time. They deserve to have their own things.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that's what it's all about. I mean, you gotta. They work hard, and they want to be proud of their home stadium, and they want to be proud when people come to visit and show off their things, just like that beautiful gym. Maybe one of the only gyms I know that has a golf mat outside it, or it did.
Well,
it did at the time, and I'm all for that.
We'd like to talk to you about that. We have upgraded that. It's now a full golf training center.
Oh, my goodness.
So we expanded the green.
Okay.
We now have a sand trap. We have a chipping target area.
I'll be over there soon.
And we have 3 10x10 pads for 2 driving centers and the orbital swing trainer.
Wow.
So we only have to go to shout out to our friends over what's the golf course we go to?
Buffalo Creek.
Buffalo Creek. Shout out
yeah.
to our friends at Buffalo Creek. Been so good to us. But we will be over there for our tournament, and we will be over there for range day.
Mm-hmm.
But the rest of the time we'll be smacking balls on our own facility.
Well, I'll see you there. I promise you I'll see you there, to be quite honest. We were talking, Coach Mack, head football coach at Heritage Christian Academy, and athletic director, and I don't know how many other hats he wears. But
Well, I was just looking around, thinking about hats. We just talked about golf, and this is pretty much the golf team as well.
oh, okay, all right.
This is the golf team as well. So we're excited about
Well,
that.
we can talk plenty of golf because that's the thing that I really know about. Everything else here I just kind of make up on the fly. Let's move over. Let's talk to Elijah. If I say your name 5 times, I got it. So I've managed to get by. Talk to me about preparation. Talk to me about the summer and leading up to this year, and how excited you are to get going.
So, I mean, this summer we spent a lot of time in the weight room and also just out running and doing our abs.
You can't show them.
Okay.
Yeah, we can't show them.
So
You're
yeah,
making
we
me
did
feel
that.
bad here. I was like, yeah, I've been working on my abs too. I'll just suck in for the next 30 minutes while you're here.
Don't be shy, Elijah.
So-
Tell them what you did this summer.
So yeah, a lot of that, and I mean, all of us individually working on golf as well, but a lot of football, like just by ourselves. Yeah.
How do you? I'm curious to know. What athleticism you can take from football to the golf course. Do you see something there? It's like, hey, and I'm not talking about football moves. I'm just talking about the working out and things like that. Has it translated on the golf course?
Yeah, I mean, definitely makes us hit our clubs farther. So, I mean, it being in the weight room, and I mean, we do stretches too, and that helps a lot with the hips in golf. So.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, stretching and lifting weights. Everything I don't do, and I want to be a really good golfer really bad. I don't do those things. Elijah, what position do you play?
I am kicker, and then also like we call it the Z. It's like the wide receiver, tight end type player,
Okay,
and then safety.
got it. So you hopefully you got your running in. You said you were running, so
Yes.
hopefully you worked hard at that because it sounds like you're going to be on the field quite a bit. Your preparation, your approach, to football specifically, besides working out in the gym, I'm talking about, just being a good teammate and, just finding your place on the team and trying to help others. What's your approach this year to try and help the team win?
Well, so we as a team we've started doing a lot of team bonding. Like we do every Tuesday, Thursday, and any game day we'll do morning yoga. So we'll go to the gym and we'll have like a little lady on our iPad teaching or showing us what to do for yoga.
Nice.
And then also every Wednesday we do a Bible study just for like get closer as a team.
Yeah, 100%. The faith and stretching. I mean, you're getting it all done. Well done. I like it. Who's the top golfer here? All right, Matt's the guy I
He
want
is.
to.
Now,
That's the
Chris,
guy I want.
I'm just going to let you know. I'm not going to cut in now. I'm not going to do your interview for you. I understand that. Elijah's shy. Elijah, what did you do this summer specifically? He's a kicker.
Okay.
He went
A
to
really
Coles.
good kicker.
A really good
Pretty
kicker.
good kicker.
He's a national kicker.
Okay.
We're probably going to see him on Saturdays.
So we got a dude.
He went down to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and we went to Coles. Coles Kicking Extravaganza is what I called it. There's 900 kickers there.
Yes.
And Elijah was right outside the top 100 in the class of 2025.
Wow. Congratulations.
So-
So let's talk about kicking then real quick because I just it's a position that and everybody's like not worried about until you need it, right? But what's been the key there? Why do you like kicking so much?
Well, so I played soccer for 12 years of my life, and then Coach Cooper, our special teams lineman coach, he's like, you play soccer, want to come kick for the middle school football team? So I said, yeah, and went out there, and it was a lot of fun, and I was pretty good at it, so I decided to just recently I dropped soccer and decided to do kicking fully.
Yeah, there's a kicker at Utley Middle School here in Rockwall that I've seen him play soccer quite a bit, and then his parents said that he quit soccer for kicking because it's a different style. I think that's kind of what he said. Is it something that's like, hey, they're different. They're too different to keep doing. Soccer and kicking, they're a little, it's like baseball and golf, right? The swing, the motion just isn't the same. Is that kind of your thinking behind it?
Yes, I took a break from soccer for a while, did a lot of kicking, came back to soccer, and I just couldn't hit the ball the same. Like, it's definitely different. And also in soccer, I was just getting injured a lot, so I don't want to mess up my kicking with doing that.
No win. What's your range? I'm not trying to give out secrets for scouting
Oh,
here.
no. We have no secrets of heritage, do we? We will flat tell you what we can do, what we will do to you. Yes.
So no win, probably 50 and in. And for field goal is about my range.
That's awesome, junior. You're just gonna get stronger. Yeah, congratulations. Good luck to you this year. Golf, kicking, stretching, yoga, all of it. Good luck, Matt. Do you think you can beat me at golf? That's the first question.
Yeah, probably not, dude. I'm not that. I don't know, man. What do you shoot?
Huh?
What do you shoot?
I shoot. I think my scoring average, 30 rounds from January this year is like 74.9 or something like that.
Be pretty close, actually.
All right,
Yeah,
so we're
that'd be
pretty
fun.
close.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, all
let's
right.
Go play.
We're gonna do it.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it. So let's talk football, and then we'll talk golf.
Okay.
As Coach Mack is gone on us, we're gonna get him back. This team, tell me about we talked about he's talking about bonding and stuff like that. Just what's different about this year, that could translate on the football field.
This year's kind of the same as last year in a way of like we have one senior and a lot of young talent, but this year more of our young talent is moving up. Like we have a bunch of that were freshmen or sophomores now. I think we have, dude, how many we have? Like 12 maybe. And then there's maybe not 12, maybe like 7 or 8. Yeah. And then we have like 12 sophomores that were sophomores and now juniors. And so it's just big like leadership. You can see the leadership is starting to. Whenever we were freshmen, there was we have 5 seniors, I think. Yeah. And it was great. It was the weight room was super hype, and like there was a bunch of energy and a bunch of leadership, and like everyone kind of had like their main guy. And so the last couple of years, it's been like there's one senior, and so it's kind of hard. It's a lot of young and a lot of not knowing. But now there's a bunch of juniors and senior. He's everybody's best friend, and so it's I don't know. It's more of a. I noticed this year, our first practice, we got the practice, and everyone kind of already knew what we were doing. It was like, it's like if you know what you're doing, go to the front of the line. There's like 5 people at the front of the line. We're already doing drills. Like first goes. We're not learning how to, hold a football. We're getting into plays and this. Yeah, exactly. It's just a bunch more experience, and it's just going to translate. It's already translating. Our first scrimmage, it's already translated.
When you talk about one senior, and obviously leadership comes from the upperclassmen, right? The juniors, they got to help out the senior as far as being a leader. And it doesn't always have to be vocal. It can just be leading by example and doing all the right things and being on time and making sure that you're holding yourself accountable. What's it been like maybe having to take on a leadership role as a junior?
Honestly, it's not even taken on. It's been more. It's better now it's easier now that we're juniors because we kind of took it on as a sophomore because with one senior this year and one senior last year, we had 2 upperclassmen in the whole football field or on the whole football team, and so. It's hard to lead a football team with so many young guys that just straight up don't know what they're doing. Like, one of our favorite quotes is "Don't be a freshman." I mean, we were barely not freshmen. I mean, we were still pretty dumb, and so it was like, whoa, like we got to be the heart of this team, whether we like it or not. And even though you don't know what you're doing, like you just got to do it at 100 miles an hour and hope it's right, and then learn what to do next time.
Yeah, love it. We're talking with the Eagles Football Heritage Christian Academy. Matt, who is what position do you play, by the way, on the football field?
I'm our X, which is like kind of like Elijah. Our whole linemen are all receivers and blockers and receivers at the same time, and I'm the center and linebacker and holder.
Gotcha. All right. This year, obviously wins are important. Everybody wants to win, and but what do you think kind of will define this season for you guys besides the wins and losses?
Playing in December.
That's
all we preach is playing in December. The whole goal is to get to the playoffs, win games.
When you talk about Coach kind of mentioned hey we're gonna play some good teams and some good athletes and things like that. Is it we're athletes too. We're gonna be able to hang. We're not worried about who we're playing against. We're just gonna do our things, handle our assignments, play like we practice. What's kind of the mindset for you guys?
I think the mindset this year is like it's time to go. Like we've had now 2 years of varsity football that, man, we're a good team, and like we got all the talent. The talent's coming up, and we're all getting better. But now we're starting to. We know everyone knows their assignment, and we've noticed even the last couple years in the playoff. Like we'll get the playoff games, and last year I think it was, maybe the year before, the first quarter. Man, we were playing right with them. It was a really good football team. We were doing all our steps right, everyone was doing their job, and we were playing football. And then the second, third, and fourth quarter, and we just walked away with it because we would take 2 little tiny steps instead of your big strides and really hitting guys, and we just got cakewalks. But I think it's more because some of it I feel like is probably because we were so young. We were a quarter into a football game. We're like, wow, we're in this. Oh, never mind. Wow, look, there it goes. And so I feel like just another year of experience and
a lot of mental learning, right?
Oh,
I mean,
100%.
it becomes mental, and you talked about it's the little things that really make the difference in a game. And if you lose your focus for a moment, then things can go sideways pretty quickly. Matt here, he's ready to take me down on the golf course, so we're gonna find out. We're gonna make it happen, and I'm gonna have to video it too to put on Rockwall County Game Days.
we'll use it. We're broadcast too. We need that.
Yeah,
for
no,
our
we'll
school class,
be
yeah.
mic'd up and everything,
That'd be
and
awesome.
it'll be a lot of fun. Okay, before I switch on to Carson. See, I nailed it.
Dude, you're on it, dude.
And Turtle's down here because
Uh-huh.
I forgot his name. The guys around you and the teammates that aren't here, just how special has your time been at Heritage Christian Academy since you've been here?
To me or Carson?
Yeah, no, to you.
Oh, dude, it's great. Like especially this year, I've noticed that it's just so much more. Not even enjoyable is kind of a hard word because like football is like the best sport in the world, but it's just so much more fun. Like we get to the field, man, we're hopping around, jumping. Like we're here to play football, man. Like it's just fun. Like it's just a good group of guys. Everyone's stoked to be there, and like, man, I don't like we ran for the first time today because we were being slow and just. But I mean, it's just a good group finally, and everyone's getting older, and like, it's just a good group.
Well, wish you all the best, it'd be fun to watch you guys play, and I love your attitude, and I love how much energy you guys have. Just keep that energy no matter what's going on the field this year. I mean, because every play, every moment, as you know, it's a learning experience, and it's just to prepare you for the next play, the next game.
Sure.
Carson, what position do you play?
I play tailback.
Tailback, okay.
Yes,
So you're in a position, that's sometimes featured, sometimes is involved in a lot of plays. As I guess everybody is because you're eligible as receivers. But when you typically look at the lineup, you're like, all right, quarterback and tailback, what are they doing? Because that kind of is going to determine what goes on. Just what have you done in your position to kind of prepare for this year?
So it's been a lot of like getting out over the summer with a couple teammates and just like working on our game and lifting. The lifting program has grown severely since we've gotten into high school. It's been great to see. And I mean, with all the new talent coming up, it's just like we need to start finding people to fill in the role once we leave, because I mean we're all juniors and seniors, so we need people to fill in the role. And then once we can teach them how to fill into the role, it's gonna be great.
Do you believe that what you're doing, the foundation is to build a program to make the Eagles like this powerhouse, this team that's going to state? Is that your job to make sure that you're elevating the program?
I wouldn't say elevating, but I've been at HCA my whole life, so I've seen the ups and downs of the team, and like I want our group to be the group that like the little kids are like, oh yeah, let's be like them, let's go to state, because there's a group 2017 was that the team that went to state?
Awesome.
16?
16?
16.
2016. We want to be like that team where they went to state, but we want to win it.
Yeah, we were on like what, third grade?
Yeah, we're in third grade,
So-
something like that. That was great.
Yeah,
It's like the
no,
good old
I mean,
days.
but I mean, it's that stuck with you, and that's what you're chasing, and things like that. When you talk about this team and what you're able to accomplish, and you have the tools, you just got to do it. In your mind, what's the little thing? What's the little thing that can get you there?
I think it's all just about the mentality. Like, if you look at it and you're like, oh yeah, like we're just at practice, I'm just gonna take this one easy. Like, that's wrong. It's like, if we want to play in December, we got to go all in. Like, that's the problem. That's the problem with the past 2 years is we've all been sophomores trying to figure it out. Now we figured it out. It's time to go.
Do you you guys have a motto, like a saying, like something that you preach, that Coach Mac preaches, or something you guys have adopted?
Play in
Play
December.
December, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Love it. Is there some T-shirts made says playing see you in December or something? Maybe
We'll
that's
get
coming.
Oh yeah. We won't be buying presents. We'll be buying tickets.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, well, the school in itself and everything that you got going on. You've been there for so long. Just what's it like? What's the spirit like for those that don't know Heritage Christian Academy? How fun is it to be an Eagle these days?
It's great. Just like watching it when you come up, it's just like it's different. Like being able to be on the field and just see all the people like going through your head about like, oh yeah, I watched him do what I just did, or trying to like break the people's records that you saw growing up and you looked up to. It's great.
That's awesome. Well, good luck to you this year,
Sure,
and thanks for stopping by. Turtle, because I still don't know. They told me your name. So, what's your name?
Isaiah.
Isaiah. Let me say it one more time. Isaiah. Isaiah. First, I have to know about the nickname Turtle, and it's got to be appropriate for what we're doing here.
It is.
He's slow. I think I got it in 7th grade.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember if it was Coach Mack or Coach Cooper. One of them told me, I think I was going out on a route, and one of them told me I was slower than
He said Coach Mack. He's like,
that's me. He was telling me how I was slower than his grandma's turtle.
Oh.
He gave me the choice between 2 nicknames, and it was either Turtle or something else. I don't remember, but I chose Turtle.
Yeah. All right. I like it. There's some history behind it, and it stuck with you for a while. And so, yeah, it's good. You're the lone senior, and so first, how much are you cherishing this year, and just trying to enjoy the ride, but also stay focused on the task at hand.
Yeah, I mean, I want to win every game this year and win state eventually, or not eventually. Like this year, I want to win state because it's all I got left. It's my last year of football, pretty much.
What position are you?
I play receiver and defensive end.
Receiver and defensive end. What have been some challenges for you? Along the way that you're proud that you've overcome.
Probably starting with my freshman year, we were 0-10. We lost every game. We got killed every single game.
I remember that year a little bit.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. That was my freshman year. We just had a lack of leadership and kind of a lack of talent and effort, and so our team showed from that with losses. And then my sophomore year, we had better leadership, and our weight program was getting better too. So we made it to the playoffs and we're a first-round exit. Same with last year. We were first-round exit, and we lacked leadership a lot last year. I feel like I was one of the captains, and I'll admit we lacked leadership. But I feel like this is our year to win it all because we have leadership, we have the guys, we have the skill, we have everything we need.
Love it. As you get into the senior year and you're the lone senior, do you take a pride in the leadership role that comes along with that?
Yeah, I do. I take pride in being the only senior. We did have one other senior, but there were some complications or something. I'm not going to get into that. But I was going to be not the only senior, but I am now. And I really just want to pour into the players that are coming up so they can do the same thing next year and win state next year after me.
When what do you enjoy the most when you look back? Is it the bus rides to games? Is it is it Coach Mack running you guys? What's fun about this that you've enjoyed playing football at Heritage Christian Academy?
Definitely not Coach Mack running us. That's one of the worst things. But bus rides are one of the most fun. Oh yeah, donuts. After every win, we do donuts in the bus.
Coach D. All right.
In the HCA parking lot. That's probably one of my most fun things, or one of the best things.
Yeah.
But also like away games, getting to go to other people's stadium and travel with the team
and take a win on the road.
Take a win on the road.
Nothing better than going into somebody's house and trashing it and then leaving on a bus. Guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Good luck to you guys. That you do all year on the football field, and then golf course, and whatever other sports you play. And kicking, that's awesome. Keep that up, and be excited to watch that unfold over the next couple of years. And then is golf in play for
definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So how many? Who's the other teammate? Do you have?
I'd say 2, 3, 4. I think.
You just have 4?
We have
like
12.
We have tryouts. That's our only HCA sport we have tryouts
or
for.
you want to be 4?
No, I'm saying the 5th one.
No, I know. I was just saying.
No, I'll be 4.
All right, whatever, man. I had you for a second, but.
Yeah. Guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Coach Mack, thank you so much. We'll see you on the football field. He's already called me out for being a ghost at some events, but we're I promise you it will not happen this year. So we look forward to seeing you, and thanks for your time and thanks for stopping by. Okay, good luck this year.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will talk with Roy City. I do see Coach Colvin. We probably have some players struggling in. We're all right. We're good on time, so we'll be back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Thank you, Alpha Graphics.
Rockwall Ford is a proud sponsor of Rockwall County Game Day. Shop the Rock and score game-changing savings on our all-American lineup of new Fords. Shop our entire inventory online at rockwall4.com or build your truck your way at preordermyf150.com.
are back live here at Rockwall Ford. This segment brought to you by Rockwall Ford. Thank you, Jeff Hicks, and all the staff for everything you do for us and all the support that you give us. I said it again. We talk a lot about Rockwall Ford, but I'm also a customer here. I bought my first truck here, and I bought my second truck tonight. It's sitting out there, so I'm excited to get in it and drive home later on. Coach Colvin, the first-year head coach at Royce City, joins us with the Bulldogs. We have a quarterback and a cornerback with us, and they've told me their names like 5 times, and as usual, I've forgotten them. So instead of trying to just butcher it, Jamian,
Yes, sir.
and
Cordarian.
So we're progress. I got Jamian and Cordarian. Jamian, Cordarian. We'll get that going. Royce City Bulldogs, Coach Colvin. Thank you for joining us. Really excited. I know I'm excited. I can't imagine how you and your staff and the players are to get going. First off, thank you for joining us. And how's everything going?
Yeah, thanks for having us. It's going good. It's starting to slow down, in the early parts of it was a lot, and now it's football season, so it's mostly football, and that's the fun part. So I feel like I always tell the kids that's the best part of my day, because there's a lot of stuff that goes in through the day, a lot of meetings, a lot of clerical stuff, a lot of organizational stuff. So by the time I get to football, that's the fun part. But all that is slowed down. We're focused on football and just ready for the season, so it's been good.
With everything that Royce City has going on, and with the facilities and the construction and all, I got to ask you about the lights. There was a post on it today. How cool is that to have an experience like that, not just for yourself, but for the kids and for the community, the fans? How much are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, I told the kids today that there's a lot of stuff that you don't want to take for granted, and it's not like this everywhere. So to have a lot of support, to have nice things, nice facilities, event centers, indoor facilities, nice weight room, what they're doing with the lights and the music, all that stuff just goes into the experience for the kids, and that's the most important thing to me. And I tell kids that, and I tell their parents that. The biggest thing for me is that they have a great high school athletic experience, and the more things that we can give them and the nicer things that we can give them goes into that. So to me, it just shows that a lot of places talk about winning and having nice stuff, and then there's places that actually do it, and obviously Royce City is committed to doing it. So.
Yeah, we're talking with Coach Colvin, head football coach at Royce City, first-year coach, coming over. Many of you, some of you know, especially I can see some of you that are watching, coming offensive coordinator from Rockwall. Coach, wins and losses and all those things. Obviously, everybody wants to win and compete and battle, and that's the name of the game. But what's been the process like to try and build that and get buy-in and start building a culture of winning, and but also building a culture of having good athletes and good students in the community?
Yeah, I feel very fortunate. I feel like it was like the perfect time for a first-year head coach going into a situation. So our senior class is really good, really, really heavy loaded on the defensive side with our seniors. I feel like the group of captains that we have, just a perfect mesh of personalities and the type of kids that you need to lead a program, and for a first-year head coach, kids that that do the right thing and you can trust, and they're going to act the right way and show our other players how to do things the right way was really important for me. The culture is good. It's a bunch of kids that want to win, that want to be supported and do things the right way. So to me, that wasn't the hard part. Early on, I was more worried about teaching them all the details of what we do schematically on offense and defense. But that is probably what I am most proud of with this group. Just how far we've come from the first day to where we're at now. And I've said this for on many interviews that our defense is really good, and to watch our offense, like I said, from the first day that we got there. I mean, this guy knows. I got hired on a Friday, and that Wednesday had the quarterbacks and receivers up there early to throw the ball and throw and catch, and it wasn't great. And just to watch those guys operate now and watch him operate the offense, man, I could not be more proud of that group, man, because it's come a long way and it's fun to watch. So it's all coming together. Kudos and credit to the kids and the captains, because they're the ones that have bought in and have taken this and ran with it. And it's fun.
Before we move on to the players, Coach, last question, just preparation and everybody's dealing with this heat that we're going through, and what it takes mentally to stay out there and stay focused in this heat. But just how has the preparation in your mind been for weathering through all this stuff that we got going on?
Right. Yeah, it's been really hot. I think we've had some practices that were better than others.
We're in Texas. I can't believe we're talking about
Yeah,
I'm complaining about heat. I mean, it's hot. It's supposed to be hot,
yeah.
but sorry.
Yeah, I've never really thought about it till I've sat in this chair, But I think the other day the heat index was like 116, and we didn't feel great about the kids being out there in full pads in 116. So I would say every day that we were allowed to practice, we practiced in the heat. There were 2 days this week that we flipped the script, brought them up really early in the morning, so had some good practices in the morning. Today we practiced in the heat, and we'll do it tomorrow, and we'll do it next week. What I bet on and what I've told our staff is, obviously everybody knows we play really, really, really fast on both sides of the ball. So my hope is that everybody we play is practicing in the morning when it's cool, and then when we kick off at 7 o'clock and it's hot, these guys will be conditioned to it. And so we try to use it to our advantage, and it's been good.
We have a couple of captains. Are we seniors or juniors?
So Jamian is a junior, and Cordarian is a senior captain.
All right. We'll start with quarterback Jamian. Jamian, tell me about it. There's lots going on, and obviously, you want to stay focused on football and things like that with the lights and everything going on. But how is this team, just kind of staying focused to make sure that you improve, you get better every day on the field?
I say making sure I stay focused. Everybody's boosting me up if I mess up once. Whole team is boosting my confidence, not letting me put my head down. Just helping me stay focused on the football team, and yeah.
This the offense that you have and some of the weapons that you have, just how much fun, how excited do you get when you get under center or you step back in a shotgun position? How excited are you knowing that you do have playmakers?
I'm very excited. We play very fast. I can throw the ball any play I want to. I can hand the ball because we have a good running back core. We have good receivers. I can trust everybody. And yeah.
In your mind, just kind of as a captain, your role, some do it through just how they play and just how they approach each day. Some are vocal. Just how important do you think this group of captains is to this team to make sure you're successful this year?
This group of captains, they're very good. They're very good role models. Very good teammates. They know what they're doing. They've been playing varsity football for a pretty good minute, I'm pretty sure. So they know how it goes. They're teaching us up, coaching us up, and getting us ready for the first game in the season.
What's the message between players, right? I mean, coaches, they can do so much, right? They can mentor, they can show you technique, they can show you the plays, we run it routine. At the end of the day, the players have to hold themselves accountable with accountability, and they have to do it. What's this team's makeup that says, hey, yeah, we're gonna take care of it, and we trust what the coaches are telling us. We're just gonna go out there and play football.
As long as we execute, do what we're taught, everything detailed, we're going to be a great football team.
Yeah, we're talking Roy City. Coach, I want you just kind of elaborate on your quarterback here and what he means to the team and what he's bringing to the Bulldogs.
Yeah, when I was going through the interview process and just tried to get some background knowledge, obviously I played Roy City for a couple of years and knew the makeup of the team, but obviously in this offense, for any football team, but in this offense, you got to have a guy behind center that can run the show. And and just get some scrolling on Twitter, and I remember I came across Jamian's Twitter and just saw some flashes of JV film, and I remembered texting Coach Reed and just saying, hey, I think we got a good one over there. If we can get him to learn the offense and execute. And I remember Coach Reed looking at his little Twitter film, some flashes of it, and thinking, yeah, he's got some tools and some weapons, and I've told him this, probably not enough, but man, I'm just so proud of this kid because it's not easy to play this position in this offense because You have to know what every position is doing. He has to relay to the calls to the offensive line. We make it really easy on the offensive line and really hard on him. And he has just done a phenomenal job. He can make any throw on the field. He is electric with his feet. The biggest deal to me when I first met him was his maturity level. And I told him, man, these guys have to trust you. They have to feel good that you're in the huddle. They have to take you serious. When things go bad, they need to feel good. In their head, they need to say, we're good. We got Jamie. And his maturity level from the time that I got there to now it's just been awesome to watch. I'm very, very proud of him. There's been flashes of it where going against the defense and maybe we got sacked or something, and before I could get it out, like, hey, we're good, I watch him tell the offensive line, we're good, next play, let's go. Stuff like that, because if you play this position, you have to be a leader and people have to trust you, and he has done a phenomenal job with that.
Yeah, we're talking Royce City Bulldogs. Coach Colvin, the first-year head coach at Royce City. Let's move on to cornerback, and I'm Coach, help me out here. You know where I'm going with the name here.
Cordarian Powell, we call him CD.
CD, all right.
CD,
can I go with CD?
Yes, sir.
CD, all right. First off, just how different has this year, this off season been, and moving in? How much have you enjoyed this preparation leading up to kickoff in what, a week?
Yes,
Next week. So how much have you enjoyed the whole process?
I've enjoyed the process really well. There's a lot that came in from this off season and last off season. Last off season was a little rocky because we didn't have the new experienced head coaches on how to develop you, and then now that we got the newer system to say, it definitely brought more out of me than last year. So now I'm more confident, and I feel that I can do a lot more to the team and be more confident on the field instead of, one play goes bad and now my head's down. Now it's like, you know what, next play we can get it back, or little things like that, little details changed over the off season. So I'll say little things like that really helped me mature too, and get me to the next level.
Yeah, mindset's everything. I mean, I talk about this in golf all the time. You hit 3 bad shots and make 1 putt, and it's a par, right? You just keep grinding and keep pushing, and you never know. On the defensive side of the ball, how what's the message? How much you guys stressing, like, hey, we need to support the offense. We need to be a team here, and what we do impacts the game. Just how excited are you guys on the defensive side of the ball, and what's the message? What are you guys trying to accomplish besides maybe 10 sacks and a couple of interceptions? But what are you guys trying to accomplish?
We're trying to accomplish being the best defense, not only in the district but in the whole state of Texas, because we got weapons everywhere. And as the DB core, as the leader of the DB core, I feel like we could be a lot more dangerous once we go against another team and see how it translates from practice to a real game. Yep. So I feel like once we see how that looks like, then I'll know for sure how good we are as a defense. So we're pretty excited to start it off.
As a captain on the defensive side of the ball, communication's key, right? And making sure, talking to everybody. And you talked about maybe missing a play and having to come back. Just as a captain and talking to players, especially during a game, how much are you looking forward to that role to say, hey, got to pick your head up. Let's go. The next play is about to happen.
Yeah, that started all season. All season, when I became the new senior and the old seniors left, they kind of left that mark like, hey, CD, you're going to be the next comer. So every time, even a bad play, even if it was a good play, I'll give my guys the look. I wouldn't even say nothing. I'll give them the look, and they'll be like, we know we did wrong. Let's fix it. And then, it kind of it smoothens out after that.
Yeah.
No mistake. Maybe after that, maybe a play or two after, it'll be a little mistake, but they'll catch on, and then it kind of just builds up from there.
I say, sorry if you don't follow golf, I always do a lot of golf stuff but if you look good, you feel good, you play good, right? So how exciting is it to have these uniforms, these beautiful facilities, these lights? How much does that energize a team? Do you think?
That energizes a lot. I mean, we got the new chrome helmets. Thank you to Coach Cohen for that. We got the new the chrome helmets. They came in. We still got the black and white, but since we're starting off with the chrome, sorry for the spoilers, that really energizes everybody. Like, we all like, yeah, we get the chrome, the new helmet started off great, and then, obviously it depends on what color we wear. We might do all black, white, with the chrome, something new. But with the new helmets, that definitely brought the spirits up even more. Now that we got something newer.
Yeah, Coach, I get a new pair of shoes, and I just like to walk around. I just like to walk around. Coach, can you just kind of talk a little bit about CD and the defensive captain, and what he means to your squad?
Yeah, for sure. So I remember him being at Rockwall, and we were scouting Royce City, and they played Melissa. Melissa's a good football team, throw the ball a lot, and I just remember watching him on film. Early in my career, I coached secondary. I coached DBs for 3 years. Felt like I know what a good one looks like, and I remember watching their film, and I was like, man, this kid's really good. And I don't say that a lot. Every Monday when I give the receivers a scouting report, I'm just honest with them. This kid's average to what we've seen. This kid's not great. We should torch him, or this kid's really good. We got to figure it out. And I remember watching him, and he looked comfortable in space, and he played the ball well. And I think Melissa threw the ball at him 8 times and didn't complete one. And I was like, man, this kid looks really good. Fast forward a couple months, I get to Royce City. Obviously he's one of the first ones I see, and I thought the same thing. I'm like, this is a good-looking player, and they told me his name, and I was like, oh, I remember him. So, what I'm most proud of about CD is, I've coached 15 years, been very fortunate to coach a lot of good players, and when a kid gets what he is striving for to play at the next level, when he gets those offers, I've seen it go 2 ways. I've seen kids say, well, I got my offers, I'll turn it down now because I'm worried about college. And then I've seen, the really good ones say, I've got my offers now it's time to turn it up. And that's exactly what he's done. Like, he has not missed a beat. He is not too cool to do things the right way and show these guys how to do things the right way. He is a really good practice player. Every rep matters. And that is what is most important to me, because that is the right way to do things. And that shows these younger guys, because we got a good junior class. We got a really, really talented freshman class, that if this is a guy that has, 10, 15 Division I offers, can go to any school he wants, and he practices hard, and he treats people the right way, well, then that is the right way to do things. So that's what I'm most proud of for him, that he has gotten what he has wanted, what he's worked hard for, but he still cares about Royce City football. So
CD's committed to Texas State, the Bobcats, right? Yeah, so congratulations. Keep there you go. Congratulations, Coach. Before we let you guys go, obviously you talked about it as a great opportunity at Royce City, and what a perfect fit, for your first time to be a head coach and things like that. What has surprised you about this community? What has been like, wow, I didn't know that, and wow, this is cool.
Yeah, I think the biggest surprise has been the support for the things that I wanted to come in and do, and the support for the kids. You leave a good place like Rockwall that has a lot of support, a lot of good things for coaches and kids. So when you go to another place, you want that same thing. You don't want there to be a drop off, and you don't want to feel like you're finishing second to anybody else. So I think the biggest surprise and the biggest encouragement for me has been the parent support, the administration support, what they've been willing to change for athletics to fit what I think is best for our kids. We just did a fundraiser. Kids killed it. I won't say how much money we raised, but they raised a lot of money. And to me, that just shows me that the kids care, because they're willing to do that. And there's a lot of support out there willing to pour in and give these kids what they need to be an elite program. So just the support from the community has meant a lot, because like I've told these kids, it's not like that everywhere. There's a lot of schools you go to the game and there's nobody in the stands, and they don't have nice things. So that has meant the most to me, because that, to me, is what I want these kids to have. I want them to have a good experience and never, ever play somebody and say, man, they got cool stuff. They get to play at a cool place.
Yeah.
Well, at Royce City, it's the best of the best. So.
Yeah. Coach Colvin, super excited for you, and always a pleasure. And I really appreciate you guys coming in and taking time away from your busy schedule and practice and things like that. I was excited about the spring game. I was really excited about what I saw. I just loved the energy, and I can't wait to see it translate onto the field. And at the end of the day, the goal is have fun, enjoy the moment, and be present, and enjoy what you have, and hopefully the chips fall were in your favor when it comes to wins and losses. But congratulations on everything so far, because you say, well, what did they accomplish? Well, there's the work that they put in the off seasons, and the work that goes into being ready to play football next week. That's something that a lot of people don't understand, including myself. So congratulations on getting ready.
Thank you.
Guys, best of luck. Coach, thank you so much. And we'll see you guys soon enough. That is going to do it for us. Just over 2 hours, 2 hours and 15 minutes, and that's going to call a night for us because they close at 8 here, and they like to see me packing up by 7:30. So that's going to do it. We appreciate everybody tuning in. We appreciate the comments. We appreciate you guys watching. Thank you to all our sponsors, and appreciate Coach Colvin bringing me the swag. I will be wearing it, so I always love a good rope hat. So yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, we'll see you guys on game day. Get out there and support your teams, and volleyball. So coming up next week. So yeah, we getting volleyball teams on the schedule, tennis teams on the schedule to be here. We still got to have Heath and Dallas Christian up here. So we're just getting started, and it's really good to be back in this seat and talking with coaches and players. So you guys keep supporting your teams. It means everything to them. And I'll say it again. I saw the quote on Facebook. Look around at these stadiums. When you go to Royce City and you go to their games and you see these sponsors out there, those are the people that are supporting your kids. Those are the people that are making it happen as far as nice uniforms and making sure that they have a place that they're proud of. So support those local businesses whenever you see them out there supporting the kids. So have a good night. We'll see you on game day, and that'll do it.